Welcome. Today is Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. This is the weekly meeting of the Weber County Board of Commissioners. I'm Gage Frohr. I'll be here along with Commissioner Jim Harvey to my right, Commissioner Sharon Bolus to my left. We're going to start this meeting this morning with a Pledge of Allegiance, followed by an invocation or moment of silence given by our own Jim Ritalik. Then we'll go to comments. Let's go to that point.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Ritalik.
Thank you, Commissioner. Our Father in heaven, we're so grateful for the opportunity to serve citizens of Ogden, Weber County, and the state of Utah in our capacities. We're grateful for the leaders that you've provided us locally and in the state. And we pray now that will bless us, that we may have the wisdom and foresight to properly lead, to be good stewards of the public funds that are entrusted to us, that we may be representative of all the people in the county and do the best we can for them. We are grateful for the opportunity to serve and give thee thanks for that, and do so in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for that, Mr. Ritalik. Commissioner, comments?
I have
Comments.
one. I have one, Mr. Chair.
Please share with us.
I just wanted to, and we'll be talking about this next week, but wanted to talk just a little bit about the new AI coming to the Weber County libraries for those people who want to learn, who've chosen to learn, and they haven't been to the library since the Dewey Decimal System. It might be a good time to go to the library. We're going to bring out a thing called Brainy. Brainy is the name of it, and it's we talked about it in our budget session a little bit, but the libraries have got that integrated now, and they're about ready to get that all started and brought to so people can start learning, continue to learn with the times, be caught up with the times if they choose to. So super excited about that, and I commend Linda and her senior staff. All of them are meeting right now and going over all this and bringing all the different things there. I also want to shout out to our great library system. Once again, we've hit, people think, well, who goes to libraries? Well, more than 10% of the people who went last year than they did the year before. Our library system continues to grow by double-digit figures as far as attendance. So it's super good. We're really excited at what they're doing out there, and we look forward to these machines getting in there and just kind of easily helping people kind of step along the way to do that. And we're really, really proud of them. So I just wanted to do a shout out to the library system today.
Great. We do have great libraries. Appreciate your leadership with those libraries too, Commissioner Harvey.
Thanks.
Commissioner Bowles, anything?
I don't have anything, thank you.
Thank you. Let's now go to public comments. Anyone in the audience that would like to come forward, now is your opportunity to come before the commission. I ask you to keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. All right. Not seeing anyone. We're going to move on to our presentation. This morning, it's our privilege and honor to recognize one of our great county employees. And commissioners, you've heard me say this a number of times, and it's very true. I think here in Weber County, we have the best county employee staff that of any county of the 29 counties in this state. I'm going to say that's true from A to Z. From whichever department you look at, we have the best. And they continue to show that in the service they give the public and the service that they provide, communication they have with us as commissioners. And I wish we could probably honor everyone in the county, but because of the number, because of the time, we can't do that. But this morning we have an opportunity to recognize one of the best people that I've had the opportunity to work with through the last 7 years, and he happens to be in the planning department. Now, I'm not going to disclose names yet because I think we're going to leave that up to some of the staff members that also feel that work for this individuals, that feel he is also the best of the best. So I'm going to have Iris, I come up and take just a couple of minutes, or somebody from planning. So it's Charlie, okay. I was told. All right. So we're going to have Charlie come up and tell us who this person is that we are going to take an opportunity to honor this morning.
Hi,
Charlie,
Commissioners.
time's yours.
Well, we'd like to honor Rick Grover
Okay.
today for his leadership and his service. I wanted to briefly tell you guys a little comical story coming out of staff meeting a few years ago. Sean had asked Rick at one point to try and help with the internal culture and environment of the planning division, engineering division. At the time, we had a little bit of foul-mouthed people within the office, people who really loved some of their words that others didn't like as much. And Sean said to Rick, let's see if we can cut some of the swearing down a little bit. I think we'll create a better culture. And so Rick came to all of us and talked to us about our language and all that. And not everyone was foul-mouthed, but we had one or two particular individuals who really needed that talk. And I think for a good year, we spent a good year with very limited cursing within the office. It was quite amazing to watch one or two people within the office change their language at the leadership of Rick. And every once in a while, something would slip. It's really hard to teach an old dog new tricks, especially someone who's used language a certain way their whole life. And when she did, he or she did, Rick would very calmly let her know that it probably isn't appropriate. Well, then one staff meeting day came along and something kind of frustrating had happened. I can't remember what it was. Rick was a little frustrated, and I heard him slip a little curse word, a word that most of us probably wouldn't even consider a curse word, but he said something. We all heard it. Everybody stopped for a minute. And then he went, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. I am so sorry." He spent a lot of time especially apologizing to the ladies in the room because he's a gentleman and he doesn't want to curse in front of the ladies. It was a very polite and respectful curse word followed by an incredible amount of humility and apology. And I could just see him in his mind offering up a prayer, asking for forgiveness for the sin that he had just committed in front of his staff. And I saw that and I thought, what great leadership, what great quality of person to not just acknowledge his own mistakes, but to ask forgiveness for that. It also, just to show how what quality leadership he has and how willing we all are to follow him, we all immediately afterwards started cursing again. So it was quite the example for us, and we really like following his lead and his example. So. Without further ado, we've got Rick. We'd like to bring him up. We've got some things. Iris actually had a couple of things made for Rick, and we didn't want anyone to feel left out, so we've got one for Sean and one for Bill as well, and make sure everybody knows that they're appreciated, that their leadership is very much appreciated. And
Great.
Frankly, we'd follow these guys into darkness if they asked us to. So.
And we also have a little present ourselves to present to Mr. Grover. So, Rick, time's yours. Whether you like it or not.
Well, I don't like this. I kind of chuckle because I noticed my cursing has went down a little bit once I got rid of my large animals. Once the horses were not right there, I noticed it went down a little bit. So I can attribute that to them. But I would just like to thank my staff. They're great. I've enjoyed working with them, and they're top notch. And this last year, I've gained more of a respect for them than I have previously had. I've just been amazed at how they've stepped up to the plate, and I really am getting tired of this recognition to my division because there's so many great divisions out there. But we have been under the fire with the Ogden Valley, and it's been a challenge. But it's also been nice to see the resiliency and the things that they're doing. So hats off to them. But anyway, thanks, and I'm not a big recognition type of guy, so anyway.
Well, thanks, Rick. I'd just say this, that the last couple of years, maybe last 7 years, have been fairly challenging. Most division directors in this state over planning have one planning commission to deal with. You've had two. One of those has not necessarily been the easiest to deal with. I won't mention which one. But you, in all cases, in some of those meetings have been a little agitated at times, have always kept your cool, make sure that the public was heard, even though they weren't respectful. Some of those people weren't respectful a lot of times. You were always respectful, and your staff was always respectful, which is what we appreciate very much about you and your entire staff, that you kept your cool and you treated those in a professional manner, which we very much appreciate.
Thanks.
Comments, Commissioner, before we're going to come down and make this presentation, then?
Yeah, what else is there to say, Rick? You're a great leader, and when employees come to the commission office and ask if they can recognize a leader, then that speaks volumes, so thank you for your leadership.
Commissioner Harvey.
One of the reasons that I think being in Weber County or being here is certain people, and you're one of those, Rick. I always enjoy our interactions. You're a great man. Thank you.
Let's go down and present these. Come on up here, Rick. We're going to present those from the commission first, and then your staff gets the opportunity.
Okay.
You get a picture of her? All right, now the staff. I want to see this.
Oh, yeah, let's give it to him first. Well, I don't know if you can tell, but we decided that you were the best. So, and then in keeping with the star that the county has for their Hall of Fame, we kept that and just put the best. And also for Sean and Bill. And I don't know if you can tell why we decided that. Why don't you guys come up too? Just we love working with you guys. You're welcome. You know, these guys, we all know that everybody is the best of the best. Oh, no, these guys are. But we really do have the best.
Iris, get in there. All right. Let's give Rick and his staff a hand. Well, I think it's always great to recognize the people we have in the county.
I'll say.
Let them know how much, we don't get that opportunity every day.
Nope.
And sometimes it's just nice to say, hey, we appreciate you.
Yep.
That's it. All right, with that, Commissioner, let's go to our consent items G, 1 through 6. We're going to hold 8. I don't see a 7 on there, but with that, let's go to request number 1, request for approval of purchase orders in the amount of $1,379,505.21. 2, request for approval of warrants 107060 through 107105, and 494,962 through 495,023 in the amount of $853,658. 3, let's go for the summary of warrants and purchase orders by Mr. Ricky Hatch.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We issued 17 POs this week for a total of $1.4 million. POs are generally higher in dollar volume and dollar amounts early in the year as organizations prep to purchase items for the year. 73% of that amount, or $1 million, is for the jail, and that is primarily for meals and commissary. 15%, or $205,000, is for the fleet to purchase vehicles for the sheriff's office, and 6%, or $85,000, is for the roads department to purchase road salt and some sign rentals. As far as warrants, we issued 108 checks this week for $854,000. Just under a quarter of that, or $205,000, is for fleet, again, to purchase vehicles for the sheriff's office. We had 2 items at 15%, or $124,000 each. One for corridor preservation on Skyline Drive in Pleasant View, and the other for the library to purchase books and materials and pay utilities. 12%, or $103,000, is for the jail, and that was for food, software, and building maintenance. And then 8%, or $71,000, was an escrow release to Sundown Condos up by Powder Mountain. The top 5 payees this week were YF3X LLC, that's Young Ford, for $205,000. Pleasant View City Corporation, $124,000. Overdrive Incorporated, $81,000. 317 Powder Mountain LLC, $71,000, and West Coast Code Consultants for $50,000.
Thank you for that. Questions for Mr. Hatch?
None.
Thank you. All right, seeing no questions, let's go to G4, request for approval of minutes for the January 20th, 2026 meeting. 5, request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and the State of Utah Health and Human Services to provide transportation services to clients referred by the DHHS back from other states, or assistance with transportation for security/high-risk clients referred by Department of Human Health Services. 6, request for approval of the right-of-way purchase agreement by and between Weber County and Emmanuel DiMezzi and Amy Kagazabi for property along 2550 South, parcel 131. With that, Commissioners, that's our consent items. I'd look for a motion to approve.
Move to approve consent items G 1 through 6.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thanks. Let's go to action items 1. H1, request for approval of a resolution 06-2026 of the County Commissioners of Weber County acknowledging an appointment to the Ogden Valley Park Service Area. Ms. Stacy Skeen, you're up.
Good morning, Commissioners. Huntsville Town, as part of their interlocal agreement, they have an appointment on the Ogden Valley Park Service Area Board. And at a recent meeting, they have appointed Jim Truitt to fill the remainder of the position from their prior member of the town who was serving. It was William Artie Powell. The term will expire December 31st, 2026. So this resolution is just you acknowledging that that change was made through Huntsville Town.
Thank you very much. Questions, Commissioners? So just to be clear, this is an appointment to the Park District that's actually made by Huntsville Town. We're just acknowledging that so that it's official from the county records.
Right. It's a 9-member board, and Huntsville Town has an appointment for that board that they can appoint, and then you as commissioners appoint the other members to the board.
That's great. And we're very excited to have former Mayor Jim Truitt as far as that board. And I think he's also now a town council person as well, if I'm not mistaken. With that, no other questions. I'm going to go to Mr. Brandt for a roll call vote.
Would you like a motion?
Yeah, after we have a motion.
Move to approve resolution 06-2026.
Second.
Now the roll call vote.
Roll call vote for Resolution 06-2026. Commissioner Bolos?
Aye.
Commissioner Harvey?
Aye.
Chair Faure?
Aye, motion carries. Thanks. Let's go to request for approval of Resolution 07-2026, the County Commission of Weber County appointing a trustee to the Board of the Water Conservation District.
Okay, this is for the Roy Water Conservation District and or Conservancy District. they had a member of their board step down. It was in Division 1. So I received an application from a Mikhail Patovich, the second, who has applied and is qualified to fill the remainder of that term to expire December 31st, 2026. So just asking for your approval on that position.
Okay. Questions or comments? If not, I'm ready for motion.
Mr. Chair, I'll make the motion that we approve Resolution 07-2026, appointing Mikhail Patovich II to that Roy Water Conservancy District.
Second.
And we have a second. Roll call vote.
Roll call vote for Resolution 07-2026. Commissioner Bolos?
Aye.
Commissioner Harvey?
Aye.
Chair Farrar?
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Let's go to H3, request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and Trend Eats LLC to hold the 805 Night Markets Food Festival at the Golden Spike Event Center. Mr. Duncan Olson, welcome.
Good
Sounds
morning,
like
Commissioners.
food.
I am excited about this contract. We've never done a food festival before. Obviously, we've done fairs and all kinds of events, but we've never done a food festival. And so the reason why it's before you today is because we don't really have a price for hosting the food festival. And so we didn't really have anything that fit with our fee ordinance, and so we had to get creative with working the contract to make sure our hard costs, our labor, and all of that is covered, and we can still provide them the services that they needed. So that's why it's before you. I don't remember the total cost of what the contract will be off the top of my head, but the reason it's before you is because it didn't really fit inside of our fee ordinance.
Okay, Commissioner Harvey, this is in your portfolio.
Yeah, I think it's great that you're using yet another segment to bring out to that facility again. And so congratulations to you and your team for finding and putting those finishing touches on that, Duncan.
Appreciate that.
So with that, Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion that if you're ready to receive,
I'm ready.
we approve this contract that Mr. Olson's presented with the 805 Nights Markets Food Festival.
I'll second that.
All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thanks,
Thanks,
Duncan.
Commissioners.
All right, let's go to H4, request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and Fuel Marketing to handle paid marketing negotiations for the 2026 County Fair. Wow, that's coming up already, Mr. Ashton Wilson.
I
Ashton,
know.
welcome.
Yes, so this is an agreement. We worked with them last year for the first time. We had a really good experience. In the contract last year, we had an option of a one-year extension. I worked with Liam and Jason. They're actually on state contract, so that was all a really easy process. And yeah, if you guys remember, we brought everything in-house last year as far as creating all of the deliverables, and these guys are just handling strictly the buys for us. So they've got relationships with all the companies, and they handle that on our behalf.
Great. Commissioner Harvey, again, it's in your portfolio.
You know, it's nice to be able to trust the folks that we've got out there, so it's without hesitation that I would make a motion that we approve this contract by and between Fuel Marketing to handle the marketing for our Weber County Fair. What are the dates of the fair, Ms. Wilson?
The 5th through the 8th of August.
The 5th through the 8th of August, which, by the way, in the calendar year will be the earliest.
Yeah, it's a bit early this year, isn't it?
Well, because the fair always ends on the second Saturday of August. So it's as early as it will ever be. So I'll make a motion that we approve this contract.
Second.
Are we going to make sure the temperatures are somewhat compatible?
Well, you know, the reason, I don't mean to belabor this, but the reason that second Saturday of August was picked years
Right. I
ago
knew
by
there was a
those,
reason.
by the Farmer's Almanac, there's the least chance of the year to have rain during that week.
I assure you that is wrong.
Well, I would never argue with the farmer.
You either get 100 degrees or torrential
Yeah,
rain.
well,
So
it's taken over a longer period of time than a decade.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, that's
thank
great.
you.
I remember last year that the marketing, the radio ads were outstanding. I thought you did a great job, or whether this team did it or not, but a lot of exposure,
Yes.
so I'm
Thank
excited.
you.
All right, I think we had a motion and a second. I'm going to place the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thanks, Ashton. All right, let's go to request from the Public Defender's Office for approval of contracts by and between the following individuals for representation of the indigent defense persons in the Second District Court. Following people: Colton McKay, Carl Anderson, and Michael Bowis. Mr. Jim Ritalik, time's yours.
Thank you, Commissioners. This is just an amendment to the contracts that we currently have with, as you know, we have half our attorneys are full-time and the rest are contractors. And the contractors, we just amended the contracts to reflect the 2% pay increase this year. And these are the part of the core team that handles the Second District Court.
Okay. Questions for Mr. Ritalik? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
Move to approve the contracts by and between Weber County and the individuals as presented by Mr. Ritalik.
Thank you.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Let's now go back to Mr. Ritalik. Request from the Public Defender's Office for approval of contracts by and between Weber County and Rich Williams for representation of indigent persons in the Second District Juvenile Court. Jim, back to you.
Same thing, we just updated the contracts, amended the contracts to reflect the pay increase. We'll have probably another 3 or 4 contracts that'll be presented next week that we didn't get the signatures on in time for today. So this is for juvenile court.
Okay. Questions?
None from me.
Move to approve the contract by and between Weber County and Rich Williams.
And we have a motion.
And a second.
Please, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Beautiful.
Let's go to H7, request to approve agreement related to document recording with Raintree Holding LLC. Our own attorney, Mr. Chris Crockett.
Commissioners, this is related to an item that I updated you on last week with regards to a deed of trust that had a recording error. This is just an agreement between the parties to rectify that. And unless you have any additional questions from what I've already updated you on, I present it for your approval.
Okay, I think we were versed on that. Questions or comments? If not, I'm ready for a motion.
No, move to approve the agreement related to document recording with Raintree Holding LLC.
Second.
And all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you very much. Commissioner, let's go to public hearing. Agenda item I1. Let's look for a motion to adjourn public meeting and reconvene as a public hearing.
So move.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We're now in a public hearing. Public hearing will take input on the compensation increases of certain executive county officials included in the 2026 operating and capital budgets. And our presenter this morning will be Ms. Stephanie Ebert. Stephanie, welcome.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so just a little bit of background. Our 2026 approved budget included funding of 1.5% of each department's personnel budget to be allocated to employees in the 2026 as part of the county's Pay for Performance program. We're required by state law to hold a public hearing prior to the adoption of our budget if the proposed increase includes compensation increases for executive county officers. And those are positions such as department heads, elected officials, chief deputies, division directors, and assistant directors. And we held this hearing in November of 2025 and presented the salary of each of these executive county officers with a pay for performance increase of 1.5%. In the month of January, each of the elected officials and department heads and managers are tasked with evaluating their staff and allocating the budgeted funds to the employees based on the employees' performance ratings. Because the public hearing we were required to have took place before these performance evaluations were done, and the ratings were completed, there's a potential that these executive county officers may exceed the 1.5% that was allocated. And we did have a couple of our departments in the county award 2 of our executive county officer positions with greater increases greater than the 1.5%. Our personal property division administrator in the county assessor's office and our assistant human resources director were set to receive the annual pay for performance increases of 1.5%, which were $1,716 and $1,683 respectively. They are proposed to receive increases of $2,475, which is 2.15%, and $1,789, which is 1.6%. Utah State Code 1766-401 states that before a county legislative body may adopt a final budget or an amended budget that includes a compensation increase for an executive county officer, the county legislative body shall hold a public hearing on these compensation increases. Now, each of these employees' increases are actually within the budget that was set for these departments, so no budget amendment is necessary, but to make sure that we're complying with state law on the compensation increases, we're holding the public hearing due to the fact that these increases for 2 of our county officers were greater than what was previously presented. So that is my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Great presentation. Questions for Ms. Hebert?
I don't have any.
So I understand there was 2 that were outside the...
2 outside the 1.5% that was presented. However, and as I mentioned, just to make sure that we're complying with state statute, we're having this public hearing, but in consultation with our county attorney's office, because we're not amending the budget, we're not required, it's my understanding we're not required to have any action from you today. Just presenting and having the public hearing.
Correct. It's already within your budget. It would just be the public hearing that's required.
Okay, I think we get that.
Okay?
Anything else, Ms. Hebert?
Nope, that's all.
Thank you very much. And since we're talking about pay for performance, and we have our HR directors here, Emily and Ryan, I just wanted to give a shout out to them. A lot of work went into this pay for performance, and I think Weber County gets it right when we have the ability to let our department heads, division directors, decide the amount of those increases rather than become automatic straight through. And I think it shows in the work ethic that we see here in the county. And 1.5, in my opinion, as I've looked through some other counties and other districts, is very conservative. I don't think, I see some districts that have done a 3 to 3.5% what they call bonus or increase in salary. And I just think we've taken a very conservative approach based upon their economic standing of Weber County. It's great. So, Emily, Ryan, thank you very much for what you've done for the county.
Very much.
So, with that, I would look for a motion to adjourn our public hearing and reconvene as a public meeting.
So move.
Do we want to allow the public?
Well,
to speak?
wait. We
Wait.
need to do the public comments.
We better do, yeah. Anyone, please come forward and talk about these increases for the 2 people. Now's your opportunity. Okay, we do have a member of the public.
I want to be clear before I say something, though. We don't have to have any approvals. There's no action. It just goes forward because it's not within the budget, or because it's within the budget.
Correct. Yes, Cortland and I roundtabled this issue prior to the meeting, and that was our conclusion.
So maybe I don't want to comment if it's just going to be, I just wanted to make one comment. One of them is my employee, and I very much am appreciative of this process. I wanted to remind the commissioners that this particular role for our personal property director, she actually functions in two areas. She represents us with MCAT and is responsible for the valuation of all the telecom in the state, not just in Weber County, but Weber County gets compensated for that, and so part of her increase came from us evaluating her role and the revenue that is brought in directly from that MCAT contract. And that's why she, on top of the fact that she does a fantastic job, I think we had her report at a department head meeting a couple of meetings ago on the result of a few audits that have recently been done on our personal property side. And so I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity, for the process, following the process, and we really appreciate her and her professionalism in representing the county and really helping the entire state with the telecom valuations as well. So that's all that I have. Thank you.
Well, so Mr. Preisler, we appreciate you coming up, and we know who you are, but you might want to introduce yourself, so for members of the public when they're hearing this.
Sure, thank you, Gage. My name is Jared Preisler. I'm currently the Weber County Assessor. Thank you.
Thanks, Jared, appreciate it. Anyone else? Now's your opportunity. All right. Seeing one, now I'd entertain that motion to adjourn our public hearing and reconvene as a public meeting.
I will second the motion.
Yeah, the motion.
The motion.
So move.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries, thanks. And since we have no action on the public hearing, if I'm understanding Mr. Crockett correctly, I'd look for our next motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, thanks very much.